Let's just say I had quite a problem with this guitar when I received it, and we're gonna cover that in a little bit. Hey guys, this is Joe with Sloppy Joe Shred Shack, and today we are going to be taking a look at my Fender J Mascis Signature Telecaster. Alright, so welcome back to the Shred Shack. If you haven't seen my face before, definitely hit subscribe, smash that bell notification, and do all that fun stuff. I like feeling real good, and that makes me feel real good. And if you have seen me before, welcome back to the Shred Shack. Alright, so as you know, I took a long hiatus from YouTube. I've been releasing videos, just recently. I just did the Gibson SG. During that same time period, I also got a Fender J Mascis Telecaster, and it's pretty sweet. Now, in this video, there's going to be a lot more talking and a lot less guitar playing. So, if you want to hear more guitar tones, go into the comments section. I pinned a comment that brings you to the video. Also, it's in the description of this video as to where you can find more tones that I recorded with this. And it's a no talking playthrough, so feel free to go take a look at that. I kind of explore everything on that. Now, in that video, I have put the middle position back in phase because out of the box this comes out of phase, but the neck and the bridge position are going to be completely unadulterated or unadulterated. I don't know, what are words, nerds. Anyways guys, I'm gonna whip the specs out as I see them real quick here. So we have a 25.5-inch scale length guitar. We have J Mascis 1958 signature pickups here, I believe is what they're called. They're like signature J Mascis 1958 pickups or something like that. I don't know. We have this very beautiful paint job here. As you can see there, it's fantastic. I guess it's called Bottle Rocket Blue. And that's a very, very fitting name for this. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love sparkle finishes, and that definitely warrants probably why this guitar is so cool to me. Obviously, we have the mirror pick guard there. We have a maple fretboard, and then you have the maple neck back here with the, you know, the walnut skunk. You have J Mascis signature on the back of the headstock here. Now you're gonna notice that I put some hip shot tuners in on this. I'll tell you why, and it's not a super great story, but I had to do it. And then it has the classic three-way selector, one volume, one tone. So on this thing here though, it's got more of like a blade style, so that's kind of cool there. All right, and then you got the string tree on the B and E strings there, and then the classic 3-saddle bridge with an ashtray style top-loading bridge. And then last but not least, we have some extra jumbo frets, I believe, and of course everything is a little bit road worn, as you can see there. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that is everything about this guitar right here. Obviously this is my player guitar, so I've made some modifications to it. One of which I definitely didn't want to do, but I had to because lo and behold, I got a bad tuner on mine. So this is the second Fender that I've owned where the tuner just broke within an hour of playing with it. It happened with my white Fender Roadhouse Deluxe Stratocaster. The locking tuner snapped. This one's supposed to have vintage tuners on it. The low E string, the gear must have been like, I'm not quite sure. I feel like it was stripped, and then it just kind of, you know, didn't work after that. I just turned it a few times and just snapped. So I was very disappointed, to say the least, on that one. But other than that, this guitar is really, really cool. The highest points about this guitar, for me, one, this color is so amazing. Absolutely in love with the color. 2, the neck feels awesome. This neck is thick. I want to be clear, it is baseball bat thick. But like I said in my previous video, if you want to play lead guitar, it sounds strange and it's a controversial opinion, but thicker necks lead to better lead guitar playing because you can actually anchor your hand on any part of the neck and you don't have to, have hover hand or whatever, some Keanu Reeves hover hand, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. This neck is amazing. I am in love with it. My Cower has a very thick neck on it too. My SG has a thick neck on it, and lo and behold, they're my 3 favorite guitars in my collection. So now, it says a 9.5-inch radius on it, so a pretty standard radius, but I thought for a long time that radius was the thing that made people play faster. I'm not sure if that's the phrasing I would use, but where it made a guitar feel shreddier, no, it is not that at all. It is the fret size. This is a 9.5-inch radius, but with these extra jumbo frets, this thing rips, dude. I mean, rips. This is one of the best playing guitars I've ever owned. I cannot stress enough how easy this thing is to play. Those are my two really, really big things on this guitar. The finish and the neck is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Now, these pickups sound really good too, and you're gonna hear me do some tones in a little bit, but if you want to hear more tones, go back into the demo video in the comments section and in the description if you just want to hear tones and you don't want to hear me talk. But these pickups are really, really, really good. I love them. I've played not a ton of Telecaster pickups, but I definitely know my way around a good Telecaster pickup and a bad Telecaster pickup. And this one has amazing pickups. I am in love. They work really good with fuzz. I guess what I should say is that they respond really well with fuzz. That sounds really good for like higher gain stuff, but where it really shines is in the clean section. So I love this guitar, and it's a bare bones, simple guitar. One weird quirky thing about this guitar is that obviously this is a reproduction of J Mascis 1958 Tele that he used to record a lot of lead guitar on pretty much every album that he's ever done. Now, you're gonna see there, right at the heel, there's a little hole. The truss rod adjustment, I'm gonna see if I can try to get it to focus in here. Let's look. There we go. All right. You can see there right on the heel that there is a little hole. Now, what that is, that's the truss rod adjustment. It's not on the top. That's just a little, like, I wouldn't say a dummy thing there, but like, it's filled in with wood. You need to have a little tool. I'll put a link in the description to that. Now, another issue that I had with my personal purchase with my guitar is that mine didn't come with that little tool to adjust the truss rod. I had to go buy that third party. I don't know if that's a normal thing from Fender where they just forget to put the truss rod tool in for a neck that is uncommon now. That type of adjustment is very uncommon these days. So luckily I already had a 1983 Kramer that you adjust the neck on the bottom side with that little tiny tool. So something to be aware of. If yours doesn't come with it, I apologize, and I am really sorry that Fender did not send that to you. So, but regardless, those are the two quirks. Now, you have to remember, this is a signature guitar, so it's not gonna be a modern player guitar. It's not gonna have those modern appointments. This is based on a 1958 Tele, so That's how you adjusted the truss rod on a 1958 Tele. Or maybe not. He probably had an extra or put a different neck on at some point too, but those older necks adjusted from the bottom, and it's an older tool. So other than the tuners literally breaking, just one, I want to be clear, it was just one tuner that broke, and having to adjust the truss rod on the bottom of the neck, and for me, I had to pull the pick guard off just to adjust it. It's a great guitar. It plays really good. It sounds really good. It looks amazing. I guess the next thing to do here would probably be to show you some tones real quick. All right, so on this guitar, out of the box, the middle position is out of phase. I switched the phase because I don't like that out of phase sound. I wouldn't even say that I don't like it. I would say that it's an unusable tone for me and what I do personally. So I flip the phase so the middle position is actually just a normal middle position that any Telecaster would have. I would watch other demos if you want to hear the out of phase sound, but if you're interested in what this guitar sounds like in phase, here we go. But again, this guitar shines on the clean channel. It sounds amazing. So I'll play a few riffs, I'll turn some dirty stuff on, but if you really want to hear more guitar tones, go into the demo playthrough of this guitar in the comments section and in the description box below. So yeah, this thing sounds really, really good in that middle position. If I'm going to recommend anything, it's to reverse the phase of the pickups so you can, you know, make the middle sound amazing, because that middle sounds... If I could play guitar, it sounds awesome. But I'm going to turn on some gain real quick, just to kind of give you some like general rock tones, but... if you want to hear more, like I said, go into the demo playthrough of this video. But yeah, needless to say, this thing rips really, really hard. I'm a big fan of this guitar. All right, so I just want to do a quick recap on the negatives and general complaining about the internet. So, one, I got a guitar with bunk tuners. It doesn't mean that every guitar is going to be like that, but mine came in bunk. I put hip shop tuners on them, but that's, again, a personal taste of mine. So that was an issue. I did not get a truss rod tool, so that was kind of annoying. But other than that, this guitar is amazing in every single way. Now, I do have a controversial opinion about this bridge, because I know that some people are going to be asking, Joe, how is this bridge? How does it feel? It feels like a freaking bridge, dude. Like, the only reason that people say that ashtray bridges are uncomfortable, because it feels like a bridge. like, I don't know how else to describe it. It doesn't impede your playing at all. Like, I'm picking up one above the bridge, like if I'm palm muting, and it doesn't hinder me in any way. So, the only reason people say that ashtray bridges are bad is because everybody on the internet says that ashtray bridges are bad. It's just fine. They're just fine. Everything's great about them. If you don't like them, that's one thing. But honestly, don't knock it until you try it. Because I thought for the life of me that I was going to hate the ashtray style bridge. But it's actually really good. The second thing, it's a top loader. So I was expecting it to be not great. It sounds fine. I mean, you could tell it in the demo and in the little tiny playthrough that I did just a second ago. This thing sounds fine. It does change the tension just ever so slightly, but not much. It makes it a little bit easier to bend, but it still sounds just as good. If anything, it might sound a little bit different than a string through, but again, not the end of the world, people. Top loader and the ashtray, you're gonna be fine regardless of what all the people on the internet say. It's only because they haven't really played them, and I feel like people just regurgitate a bunch of stuff that they see. So, anyways, if I was to rate this guitar, I'm going to rate it extremely high outside of the fact that one of my tuners broke, but I'm sure that was just a manufacturing problem. Now, I'm going to rate this extremely high at a 9.7. If that wasn't involved, this guitar is nearly perfect. But anyways, guys, definitely click subscribe, smash that bell notification, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Instagram. If you want to hear more of this, watch my shorts and hit me up on those social media platforms. Anyways, guys, later.